CYPHER was like how we can help enterprises incorporate and imbibe AI into their businesses. So there's a lot of hype around AI right now, and that's inevitable with any promising upcoming technology. What businesses suffer from is that they often can't separate the hype from the real substance of AI. That was the main part of my topic, as to how can we enable businesses, first of all, separate the hype from the substance, with the hype to substance ratio sometimes becoming pretty high in a hot topic like AI. And then once you have separated that, how we can utilize a robust, substantial part of AI and generate solid, sustainable business solutions for enterprises. So that was primarily what my talk was about. So that's a fair point. So this space has been evolving fairly rapidly over the last few years. So quite a few years back, maybe about a decade back, when people used to say analytics, it primarily used to mean working on certain proprietary platforms or one or two standard platforms, doing a few set of activities. Over the years, it became more machine learning, then deep learning, then combination of multiple different things, which we now call as AI. BRIDGEi2i essentially started off as an analytical services provider, but since we keep on hearing from our clients and customers constantly about the requirements, we observe the market, we follow the trends, see how the market is evolving, how the trends and technologies are evolving, how the big data revolution came up. And we kind of made an assessment that from pure play analytics, the market is moving more towards holistic integrated AI solutions development. And that's what BRIDGEi2i is also trying to move into. So essentially from providing pure analytical solutions, we are moving towards a space where we are creating AI solutions and in some cases pure AI products that will help enterprises make sense out of the data processes, make it more efficient, make the end users consume it more easily and efficiently. So that's essentially where Bridge Data is moving towards. There has been quite a few things that's changed over the past 10 to 15 years. The most prominent of it is the size. Analytics used to be like a fairly niche thing 12 to 15 years back, which has become more prevalent, pervasive all around us right now. So anywhere we go, any organization you talk to, you don't really have to explain the importance of analytics or something like that. So that's something that's changed a lot. Obviously, people understand analytics. They have moved beyond that. They have moved beyond analytics into what we can do more about smart and advanced analytics, the AI part of it. So that's the more visible, wider aspect of it in terms of what has changed. In terms from a practitioner's point of view, one thing that has changed a lot is this new open source revolution. So obviously earlier, whereas people used to depend on a few fairly expensive tools and platforms, nowadays this open source proliferation of tools like R, Python, a lot of other such things, that has changed things a lot. Then of course subsequently we have had all of these deep learning architectures being made available openly, so that people can go ahead and try to use that, implement that to solve their problems, play around with that, make modifications, improvisations, all sorts of things. So that has given a lot of power to the end users and practitioners, which was not there maybe even like 4 to 5 years back. So that's the other major thing that's changed from a practitioner's point of view. What is the next big thing? Tough to say. And especially that's one of the things I was trying to highlight in my session today also, that all these predictions most often predictions don't come up true. Okay, the real thing that's happening, most people don't foresee that anyway. But these predictions create these hypes. People talk about things and all of that. Next big thing to play safe and stay away from the hype generation and not be proven wrong 2 years down the line. I think it's all around integration of AI into the different decision making process that will definitely happen, and more organizations will go ahead and adopt that and imbibe that in their culture. So that should be the big thing coming up. I mean, there are multiple challenges, but what shall I focus on? One big challenge that I see is this entire proliferation of AI without the real depth being propagated at the same pace. For example, today everybody understands what DL is, what deep learning is. Not very few, but fewer people really understand what are the different aspects of deep learning, where it can or cannot be applied, what are the actual problems that deep learning can solve or cannot solve, equally important to know. And only an extremely handful of people really understand what's going on inside those deep learning architectures to make a knowledgeable and well-informed decision about what architecture to be taken, why should some architecture be chosen over something else. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of proliferation happening in terms of people talking about tools and techniques and architectures, but the same level of actual spread of the real knowledge is not happening at the same pace. That I do see as a big challenge, because that creates that hype generation and people having unrealistic expectations. That's one part of it. Connected to that, the issue of real talent availability. So the market is flooded with opportunities as well as talent, but the depth of knowledge is something that we need to make an endeavor to build, and that will be a big challenge also. So the availability of real quality talent is always going to be a crucial issue or a challenge in this field. CYPHER, the experience was brilliant. It was really good. This is the first time I've attended any CYPHER event. I understand it's the 4th year right now, but it's really grand. It's more grand than what I expected it to be. All the nice setups, the flawless execution, the really smooth manner in which things are moving. The attendee enthusiasm, the overall environment, the ambience, the spirit of it, all of this is fabulous.